in his shrine that they have forgotten. Here do we toil, that we might remember. By night we reclaim what by day was stolen. Far from ourselves, he grows ever near to us.
Finding a worthy opponent for the Dragonborn would mean finding someone with an incredible amount of skill, someone who has not only mastered the arts of combat, but a studious, intelligent mind capable of great feats. Someone like another Dragonborn. Someone like Miraak. A pompous, presumptuous man, Miraak has claimed himself to be the first Dragonborn. While this claim can't be proven or disproven, Miraak has the obvious powers of a Dragonborn, including the quick mastery of shouts and the ability to absorb dragon souls. However, Miraak himself is not the only person to stake his proclamation. While the mighty antagonist lay in wait, restoring his strength in a Daedric prince's realm, a cult of followers emerged from the shadows. They believe that Miraak is the one true Dragonborn, and our character in the game, the last Dragonborn, is a falsehood and should be destroyed. In addition to these cultists, the Daedra that protected Miraak, Hermaeus Mora, also stands by the man's claim to being the first of Dragonborn blood. Now, while crazy cultists and a Daedric god aren't exactly reliable sources of information, credit must be given where it's due. Hermaeus Mora is the Daedric god of knowledge and memory. His realm of oblivion, Apocrypha, is home to thousands of ancient tomes and books filled with information known only to him and those who wander through the darkened corridors of his realm. He is the keeper of the Agma Infinium, a book in which upon reading grants an immeasurable increase in skill, and the Black Books, which transport the reader to Apocrypha and give inconceivable amounts of knowledge. So how did Miraak the Dragonborn come in contact with the Daedric god, and how did he end up taking refuge in his Oblivion realm? Well, as the stories will tell you, Miraak was not just some superfluous man. Back in the years when dragons ruled over Skyrim, Miraak was one of their priests in Solstheim. Yeah, that's right. The killer of dragons and stealer of souls had dedicated a large portion of his life to serving those he now destroys. Even his name, Miraak, means allegiance guide in the dragon tongue. Throughout his years of servitude, Miraak came across one of the aforementioned Black Books and was enthralled with the powerful information he had found in it. This, in turn, led to him striking a deal with Hermaeus Mora, who spoke of strength and unbeatable intelligence. In return for Miraak's eternal loyalty, Hermaeus Mora would teach the Dragonborn a shout which could bend the will of a dragon. It was during the Dragon War that Miraak's life was truly altered. He, like many human followers, rebelled against the dragon tyrants, but he had something no one else did. He had a way to truly destroy his rulers. According to Miraak himself, the heroes who would eventually transport Alduin into another time, Hakon One-Eye, Gormlaith Goldenhilt, and Felder the Old, even came to him for help, but he denied their pleas. The Bend Will shout was seen as ultimate betrayal, and he was heavily punished for it. There was no escape from the dragon's wrath. Miraak's temple was demolished by his dragon lords, and he was beaten down by Valok, a priest whom had remained loyal to the tyrants. Stories say that moments before Valok struck the final killing blow, Miraak was saved by Hermaeus Mora, who then transported the wounded Dragonborn to his realm, in which he stayed until his strength recovered. When he finally did recover, well, that's where his story coincides with ours. Upon purchase of the Dragonborn DLC for Skyrim, our character is approached by two strange-looking cultists and attacked after a brief conversation. A note left on one of the cultists' bodies, brings us to Raven Rock in Solstheim, an island off the northwest coast of Vardenfell. This island is home to many unfamiliarities and mysterious rundown buildings that Morrowind players will likely remember. Specifically, one Imperial fort, Frostmoth, should ring a few bells. In Skyrim, the fort is run down and filled with the undead. However, in Morrowind, the fort stands tall and proud as an Imperial hub. While the island is fascinating and dangerous, nothing truly compares to Miraak. Our first meeting with Miraak is brief and admittedly rather intimidating, as he stands between four hulking creatures, a mass of dark tentacles, with a dragon at his back. While we don't get a true taste of his battle prowess before we're sent away, we get small glimpses of his power throughout the island of Solstheim. If the player attempts to slay a dragon while Miraak yet lives, the dragon's soul is taken by Miraak, who uses a peculiar shout to steal it away. The shout, Zelos Didu, means spirit undead devoured, and is rather odd, as it's made up of 4 words in dragon tongue, rather than the usual 3. Even the powerful Fus Roda is only 3 words long, which tells us that Miraak has access to incredibly complex shouts. In addition, all around Solstheim are Allmaker stones. Much like Skyrim's standing stones, these Allmaker stones give specific powers depending on the stone that is touched. Miraak has apparently cast a curious spell upon them, as laborers are constantly working at building shrines. They chant a lifeless mantra about Miraak as they work, and can't seem to stop. If the Dragonborn touches these stones, they will only be under the spell for a short amount of time, before pure willpower breaks them free. Now obviously Miraak is a force to be reckoned with. He is a capable mage and an excellently trained Dragonborn with many shouts and spells at hand. His power is immense and his intellect is far more advanced than what is comprehensible. He is truly the only match for the last Dragonborn.